Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to walk through part 1C of the first FRQ, which I also attached in the description below. Basically, we're given a function h of x that equals x cubed minus 64 over 1 minus f of x cubed when x is not equal to 4. And when x equals 4, we're given that h of 4 equals 6 and h prime of 4 equals 3/4. And we're also given that h of x and f of x are differentiable, meaning that they're also continuous. And we're asked to find f of 4 and f prime of 4. So the key to solving this problem is making sure that the limit of h of x as x approaches 4 is equal to h of 4, which we're given to be 6, because h of x is continuous, meaning this is true. So in order to do this, let's try to make the limit of h of x as x approaches 4 actually equal 6. So if we just plug in 4 to h of x, on the top we see 4 cubed minus 64 over 1 minus f of 4 cubed, which equals 0 over 1 minus f of 4 cubed. And we want this limit to be equal to 6. So notice that if f of 4 is any number except for 1, then the limit as x approaches 4 would be 0, which is not what we want. We want it to be 6. So this tells us that this must be an indeterminate form so that we can use L'Hopital's rule and actually make the limit equal 6. And the only way that this can be an indeterminate form is if f of 4 equals 1, because then this would be 1 and we would get a 0 out of 0 indeterminate form. So now we know that f of 4 must equal 1. So now let's find f prime of 4. So if we actually use L'Hopital's rule to find the limit as x approaches 4 of x cubed minus 64 over 1 minus f of x cubed, we see that's equal to the limit as x approaches 4. Using the power rule on the top, we see 3x squared over negative 3 times f of x, and then using the chain rule, multiplied by f prime of x. And keep in mind, we want this to be equal to 6. So if we just plug in 4 again, we see on the top 48 over negative 3 times f of 4 times f prime of 4, which equals 48 over negative 3 f prime of 4, because we already found that f of 4 equals 1 here. So this could just go, and then it would be negative 3 f prime of 4. And this has to equal 6. So now we just solve for f prime of 4, because we know 48 over negative 3 f prime of 4 equals 6. And doing so, we find that f prime of 4 equals negative 8 over 3. So by using L'Hopital's rule, we found that f of 4 equals 1 and f prime of 4 equals negative 8 over 3.